GM.
Well, welcome to another speed run. We're doing 10-minute speed run now, and after my rather disappointing loss in the last one of these at 10-minute time limit to a 2100, gonna have to take things a bit more seriously. And yeah, everyone has a bad day, and that was hopefully my bad day. So we're playing against Black and Blue Mamba, and we're going to go for Jobava London. Shortly, hopefully bringing out this course on Ginger GM with this new course on this opening, putting some final touches on that. And you should know the Jobava London by now by following my courses. You have this 3-step plan. This is stage 1. And what do we do now? Well, in every other course I've recommended, I've gone for E3, my Chessbrah course, my Ginger GM course, but in my new Jobava course, I'm recommending this interesting move because a lot of you were getting quite upset with the possibility of Black playing Bishop B4 had I gone E3. So this move kind of doesn't stop this idea, but it makes it a lot less attractive for Black to play. I mean, he can play it now, but it's not very good. And you get this interesting idea where both of our knights are kind of misplaced. And I obviously cover this in quite a lot of theory in my new course, which you'll be able to buy soon. Now, it may look like I've lost a lot of time by doing this maneuver, but in actual fact, so is Black, because he's had to put his knight here. And the knight on the edge of the board is very badly positioned. And it does allow ideas of this, which I'm just trying to work out. And again, if is the right thing to play. So if I take knight e2, so we can still do this as I mentioned, but it's not as good, these lines. And I just got to remember why. And I think we can take here. And this is one of the sort of little lines in this in this new Jobava course, which we're going to. And I think now, if I seem to recall correctly, we can go knight f3 and give up this pawn. So again, just covered this, and the idea is if he comes and takes this pawn in any way, we're just going to give it up. And funnily enough, the positions that come about from this pawn sacrifice are very promising for white. I mean, if you look at this bishop, it's a horrendous bishop, really bad piece. I've got to remember where my queen goes to. I think after captures we can go, okay, so he's decided not to grab that, but generally now if you look at this position a little bit deeper, you will see that my bishop is just so much stronger than this bishop, so it's certainly an advantage for white here. Had he taken that one, it was a pretty awful pawn. I think my queen could have got to this diagonal and stopped him castling, hence why he's castled now. So I've got a couple of possibilities here. I mean, I could try to play c5. We can start hitting some of his weak pawns like this. I could even take over in the open file. So what line shall we go for? Now, if I go here, he might go here, but that doesn't really help him. This is the kind of idea I want to do. Get rid of that one weak pawn. Okay, well, let's go for this. I don't know if it was a better move, but just look at the bishop. So this is why this is all in the new course that's coming out. I mean, it's just a little advantage for white because he has to play e5 to free this bishop, and he can't really do that because I'm defending that break so well. Or he has to get his bishop here, but I'm trying to stop that by putting my queen here. And even when he gets his bishop here, it's not so good. On the other hand, my bishop controls this open file. Okay. So he's played what I consider a pretty decent move there. But he can't get his bishop here unless I play a mistake like c4. So I think I'm just going to take the open file. Let's do that. Let's take the open file. I wasn't sure what rook wanted to go there because I'm always thinking, okay, if the bishop comes there, my rook's in trouble. But he's now trying to aim for this one. But it's going to take him a lot of moves to do that. And I could even double up on this file. This move, you know what, I'm just going to play h3 so my bishop has the h2 square because I don't want to lose this bishop. Even when he plays g5, I want to be able to put my bishop on h2. Just trying to break a little bit on this area of the board, but opening things up might help my bishop. I don't want to take there because this pawn will come forwards, but my first thought is, well, if he closes it down, my queen becomes bad. But actually this and then knight takes here is a bit annoying as well. So is there anything we can do to stop that? Maybe I have to take this pawn. But then he plays e5 and c4 is a bit annoying. Should I have gone knight d2 last move? Right, so c4, my queen unfortunately doesn't have a great square to move to, does it, after that move? And if I go here, he will take this one, and I put my rook on this rather silly square. So, process of elimination, I might have to take him, which is something I really don't want to do, because I've allowed him this e5 option in the position. And he's played it, and now my bishop actually becomes a pretty bad piece. Still might be okay for me, but that little sequence of events has certainly helped my opponent. I'm going to go as active as I can with my queen in this position, but my pawn has some issues. I'm thinking I can try to get my queen into c6. Okay, so he stops saying that and he keeps the possibility of queen bishop over here available when my queen is very badly placed. So chess can change very quickly, can't it? If you play one or two slightly inferior moves, the position goes downhill very quickly. So I need to move this out of the way, but now my queen is going to get kicked around by his bishop. So that's an interesting little sequence that he did there. So I still learned that, you know, this c5 followed by e5 is well, something to keep my eyes peeled for in future. Just make sure I don't allow that possibility. And yeah, this is going actually from bad to worse, isn't it? Because he's now coming in and winning the exchange. So another rather tough game that I'm facing here. Oh, it can be tough chess, can't it? And just knight takes c3. I don't know why he would be thinking in this position at all. And we'll play this on, but yeah, I mean, I've been completely outplayed here, and I haven't managed to get anything I would have wanted in this game. So we'll see if we can finish it off. Maybe I should have tried moving my knight to d4. The good thing about when you get a losing worse position is you can take many more risks, because it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter how you get on. So it's irrelevant. So I think I should have tried moving my knight there. At least it's a bit loose, but I had some ideas of coming in. But it's as soon as he got this e5 move in where things started to go south. Okay, now I've got to try keeping pieces on the board because I'm so much material down. So we've got to try keeping the rooks on, give me more swindling chances later on. But he's got a very simple idea. Double rooks, bring a rook into b1. So I'm going to move my king off the back rank, try to kick his bishop away, but there's not really any way I can create decent chances here. This is the main issue. Okay, so we go here. Bit of a surprising move there. I would have thought he'd go rook b8, but most of his moves are going to be good. And why is he thinking here? Bishop c4 is your only move. You don't need to think. Okay. So, of course, he finds it. And a lot of problems with a lot of my pieces. So we're going to, again, play a move which I know is risky, but I want to try and get my pieces as much scope as I can. So my knight is horrendous. Okay, he's kept my knight tied in now. So, what else can we do? My knight can try to come this way. So we'll go for that one. I was thinking about trying to bring it to d4, but then my second rank becomes quite, well, a bit too weak. So there are risks you can take, but when the risks are just completely losing, not worth doing them. So we're going to go here, and let's quickly just flip this around. I don't know where it's going, but again, this is a last ditch attack. When the chips are down, you can afford to do this. Okay, he wants to now swap queens. We can't allow the exchange of queens, but if I go here, he will come in and do this. So again, a very bad scenario here, but if the queens come off, I don't see how we're going to do anything. We need to keep as much chance as we can, so I'm going to have to play here and allow this pawn to drop, and maybe I can come in, but again, being very hopeful here. Okay, now this is the other thing he could do, and just bring his bishop to this square, but then after a3, his rook for a little bit looks strange, but he has got rook b8, so it's not a major problem, and he will come and take here. And what he's done by this, he's obviously made my second rank very weak. And when I say very weak, well, there's weak second ranks, and there's the second rank that you can see here. It's horrible. So we'll try to defend it a little bit, and I've never managed to get any counterplay, have I, either, in this position. Is there any way we can do that? He's coming around the back here. I can't see any way we can do it. We'll try this rather desperate move, but if I can't get my pieces in, it's not going to be successful, and I have to now play here. And even this is just simple. I was hoping that there might be something, but he might be finishing me in style now as well, taking here, and he can come in with his queen. So smooth game from my opponent. So I'm having a bit of a hard time, aren't I, at the moment in these games. So we'll have a look where I went wrong. You should always have a look at your games afterwards and analyze. We'll just see how do we go back and just put this on the game review. That's the one we want, isn't it? So let's do that. Get unlimited going. Oh, you used your game review for the day. Bloody hell! So I don't even know exactly what his percentage was, which is annoying, because it seemed like he played a perfect game there. But my opening was pretty bad, so it's if I get this, well, no, my opening was good, but my opening decision at one moment was good. I liked all this. This all looked great. I've analysed this before, but maybe not queen d3. Where did it start go wrong? Rook b1. This does allow the idea of this. Maybe I should just be playing very simply with knight d2. Now, this is quite a weak computer, but the point is, yeah, okay, his bishop finds a diagonal, but which diagonal is more useful? It's not doing much here. And this open file has got to be worth something. And by playing in this way, I can play rook b2, rook b1. I'm sure I keep a small advantage in this kind of position. So I've used my game review today. So 2 very bad speedrun games. It happens. You make one mistake. My opponent in that last game seemed to play perfectly. So what can you do? Yeah, I mean, I'll have to play better next time. Bad day, losing these games. I should not be losing these games. Disappointing. It's life, isn't it?